Okay, hello everybody. I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to part 8 of my Suzerain Rich Capitalist campaign. Uh, so I'm feeling better today. I shouldn't really be coughing. I did take a test yesterday. I get tested kind of regularly because I donate blood and stuff, but I did an at-home one yesterday, and was negative for having gotten a ticket to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. So I think I just gave, like I said, I think I just gave myself a cold the other night by accident. So I might still sound a little bit congested. I'm drinking some hot cough medicine right now, so it should be helping. Hello there, FSF. All right. So where did we last leave off? We vetoed the Workers' Rights Act, naturally. And we were gonna budget allocate for law enforcement. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I was gonna do like secret police here, cause well, yeah, I think we're gonna do secret police, not the what do you call it? Anti-corruption, because like why the heck would we ever want to not be corrupt? But because we're doing scumbag gangster version of capitalism, not wholesome Chungus Bucky's capitalism. So we're gonna do that. Plus, like, if the anti-corruption police are running around, I think that they actually could you know, the Cottonwood. You mean the Alamo? Is that like an autocorrect on your phone? But good morning, Alec. Good to see you. Yeah. So I want the secret police because I think I could use them. I don't remember if I need them to arrest Tusk, to have him thrown in jail for. I don't even remember what crime we allegedly throw him in jail but fuck him. So yeah, that's what we're just gonna go ahead and do. Let me just try to find the that list I have of what's allegedly supposed to say what's what. We're in chapter 2, I think. So let's see. Where's the workers' rights thing? Regional investments. I'm not seeing this. Huh. Yeah, whatever. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's hit it. We're Nia and Lilius are there. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Lilius will be late. There was an urgent matter. Okay, what's rude? You gonna test arrest Tusk with secret police and or anti-corruption police? Oh, nice. Well, we're still gonna go with the secret police. I think it'll be better for us. Okay, so that's a couple less. It's less of Lilius because I also think that you might need the secret police to order an assassination, which is an achievement, I think. You won't find many who think otherwise. Why don't we have a little chat? A chat about the so-called reform package? What of it? Let's see. The Alamo audio tour mentioned Emperor August Intrabuti, the first Mexican emperor, which impressed me. Well, kind of depends on if you consider the Aztecs Mexican emperors. But yes, I know what you mean. You know what? Even though I used to go back and forth from San Antonio a fair amount, I don't think I ever did the audio tour. I only ever did, I haven't been able to be to San Antonio in the last few years for obvious reasons, but we had, like, regular tour guides. So... That's good that they got an audio thing now. We're repeating Soul's mistakes. This is not what we were elected for. You don't agree with my decision. I can't get behind us. I have a vote in the court. Trust me, I'm doing all this for the well-being of Swordland. Alright, interrupting that. Sorry for being late. Something with supplies. Alright, go ahead. So, Ministry of Justice. They're working in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior to address protests in the country because of our judiciary. Law enforcement is assigned to my ministry doing their job's efficiency. I would call it the success of our forces on the ground, not due to the judicial branch of our government. The budget increase has boosted morale of the employees and law enforcement agencies. In dire times, my people and Nia's people are especially delighted. An excellent decision. Yeah, so they're basically saying we're getting a lot of stuff done judicially. Okay. Of course it was the right decision. I made it after all. Alright, due to the budget increase, we could do more. Yeah, so... I believe you'll make the right choice and pick the Ministry of Interior, so then what if I decide to balance it? It's not going to help. We have to have a decisive choice. So it's basically, do I want the law or order to get it? So, why should I pick Interior? Right, we need prosecuting criminals. Why should I do the justices? Because there's a stack of cases. Alright, let's make a decision. The funds will go to the Ministry of Interior to be used to improve the police and local governments. Hello there, Sully Dwyer. A wise choice. Okay, I must return to the ministry to implement necessary changes. Okay, I have a proposal. I have been battling with terror for a long time now. I want to put an end to it. By the way, as you all know, I'm not exactly great with doing voices, but here's a fun little thing. I started my first ever D&D campaign over the weekend with some friends, and I'll explain the reasoning maybe another time, but I ended up deciding to make my, go with like a British Cockney female voice for my character. But the hard part is less the voice, and it's like I'm actually trying to learn slang so I could do it right. So you did all 5 missions in San Antonio. Nice. The true star of Texas. We need to find all of the USP behind us to get the votes from Kibner's National Front to pass the new constitution. Yeah, I think constitutional pass. And if it doesn't, I'm kind of okay with that. Isn't there an achievement for not passing a new constitution? Because where this is not an optimal run by any means. I've been saying from day one, I am anticipating that I'm going to get assassinated. So, want to form secret state police to detect and prevent subversive elements before they take harmful action against the state. If you accept, this will give our administration power to handle the threats more discreetly. Do it. I'll start the prep work. You are making good decisions after good decisions today, Mr. President. I will be in touch. Awesome. Alright, what do we got here? County overview order. Organized crime has been contained. Happy police personnel and subversives have been arrested. Got a lot of unread newspapers. Protesters are targeting sacred stuff. Kibner is calling me to action. There was an explosion, allegedly from the BFF. But the Workers' Party condemned it. What does the radicals say? Display of incompetence. This is the strike of the Taurus holding workers. Recession growing faster. Council pointing to unprecedented magnitude of decline in employment and production. Smolak condemns Arcadian soldiers in Lesbia. Whatever. Okay, we got a couple of things over here. So we could make changes to the tax system or brief on the construction issues. Every vote matters. You need to lose the constitutional vote by 1 vote. Oh yeah, that one. I don't know how you could ever game it that perfectly. That's gonna have to be an achievement. that I need to accept it just is going to happen one day or it won't. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I think we're gonna... I don't know. Ding, 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 ding. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to deal with the strike. Okay, so internationally we're going to the east or no at all because this run I don't see us with the west. Why wouldn't we be with the west? We're explicitly going for the west. The west is Arcasia. Are you mixing them up, Sully? Alright, let's get a brief on these issues. Simon's looking stressed. There's issues. Vetoing the worker. There's the worker's been on edge. Vetoing the workers' rights bill did not help. They want for the bill to be reinstated. We have to solve the issue or the construction will stay halted longer. We scheduled the construction to finish sooner, but Taurus Holding might miss that target with its current trajectory. I know it will cause issues with corporations and result in increased employee costs. There's little point in passing that bill late. Maybe the best way out of this is replacing the workers on strike. Indeed, we could just replace the striking workers. I think this is our best bet. We can't stand idle, and we can't allow a few strikers to change the laws of the state. This will only serve to rile up the strikers even more. We might end up with a bigger mess. We need to show people we can finish this project, our first magic project, on time. As much as I hate to say it, I think passing the workers' rights bill might be our best bet. I don't know, I don't know. We could do, we're gonna, I think I'm gonna say, absolutely not. I will not let a few strikers decide the future of our country. I agree. If we let them change our laws on whim, this will lower the trust in the government and cause stability issues. One thing is for certain. Our administration must avoid working with Taurus in the future and offer safe choices like Underhall. The SSC could be a partner, not the fossil of the company. If anyone will have timeline issues, it's them. So let's see here. How do we pass the strikes? We could begin the procedure to pass the vetoed workers' rights bill. Not going to do that. That probably would stop the problem right away, but again, we're not exactly playing optimally. Order Taurus Holding to replace the strikers with new workers. This should fix our issue. Very well. Hopefully the backlash doesn't affect us too much. Regardless, the decision is made. Good night. Okay. That's probably going to hurt me for the re-election. Discussing changes. Okay, what was this? Central Beast relieves a incentivizing statement. Large surplus can be utilized in further expenditures. 6 terrorists plotting to bomb a rally were caught. Alright, changes to the tax structure. What's going on here, Mr. President? Take a seat and let's begin. There's rumors. Vetoing the recent Workers' Rights Act was welcomed by a lot of business owners. The first section about the minimum wages would have been very damaging to many corporations. I heard the same. A good decision, I'd say, especially during a recession. Let's see here. I didn't want to hamper our businesses and their employment drive. Don't need to worry about re-election if we get assassinated. Exactly, and I have the re-election achievement already, so who cares? You have done the right thing. I want to thank everyone here for their work on our tax system reform. We know how complicated our current system is. We did it in the recession. We need to determine a direction. We can increase, maintain, or decrease taxes for large corporations. I believe some of us in the room have a few strong opinions about this. In parallel, we can increase, maintain, or decrease taxes for small and medium businesses. Let's start with the large corporations, and we'll move on to small businesses. What if we decrease the taxes for large corporations? Our government budget will be hit, but in return, due to the sheer size of the economic contribution coming from these companies, it should be helpful in curbing the recession. I do think it's definitely a good option if we want to end the recession. However, there is one problem, the status of our budget. This might not be the greatest idea, though it has its benefits. You'll have to decide if it is worth the risk. I think this is a great idea. Me too. You'll have them on your good side on top of solving the recession crisis, Mr. President. We should do a vampire thing with him. It's like, you would have them on your good side on top of solving the recession crisis, Mr. President. He kind of looks like a vampire. Like the world, cuz the world is a vampire. They better try to stay on my good side. What does everyone think we should do? I think we should decrease the taxes for... Hey, everybody here who's a business owner, large corporate business owner or is invested in them, what should we do with them? Should we make them pay more? In short term, it will cost us. In the long run, it could be the most helpful option in a new recession. Our international trade is driven mostly by the products of these corporations. They are the backbone of our economy. Exactly. If we let them perform better by decreasing their taxes, this should in turn lead to Swordland receiving more investment. This means more capital, which means a quicker way out of the recession. I'm ready to make a decision. Very well, I'm all ears. Why don't I have an option to increase the taxes on small businesses? This is bullshit. God, -2 budget. This is gonna hurt. Better come back on me. Or, oh God. I thought there would be something where we offset it by increasing the taxes on the, on the fucking, small businesses. I don't know. I have so many strong reservations. Why even have taxes for large corporations? This is obviously interference in the free market. Yeah. There you go. What Victoria 2 mod is this? It's a different game. It's called Suzerain. Alec. But I do enjoy the mockery of the people who go, what Hearts of Iron 4 mod is this, eh? Because they're all from Minnesota. We're gonna decrease the taxes for large corporations. An excellent decision. I agree. Thanks to this, the recession will be solved in no time. I also think this was a good choice. Well then, I have taken note of our action. I will put to implementation as soon as possible. Let's move on to the small and medium businesses. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. So, okay. What's the outcome if we increase the taxes for small and medium businesses? They are the backbone of our economy and are comprised of mostly regular people. If we start demanding more money from them in taxes, it might cause the public to harbor ill will towards the government. Our budget is in good shape. I don't see the need to increase the taxes at the cost of popularity. I think increasing taxes for these smaller corporations is a good way to earn some extra capital so the government can give it back to people in due time. In the long run, increasing the taxes for small and medium businesses would make people happier with the services the government provides. You might be right. Is there downsides to keeping things as they are? We need change. I'm ready to make a decision. Very well. Oh gosh, it's the same freaking bot. -1% tax. -2% tax. So, we can increase the taxes for the small and medium businesses, so we can get some government budget. I need to time this fucker out again, this bot. Very well, I've taken another note. We'll look how to go into implementing these changes. Well then, thank you everyone. That'll be all for today. Enjoy Lackovin. Alright, so we should just be -1. Yeah. I increase taxes for small and medium business. I decrease taxes for large corporation. I give hope to others. I keep none for myself. Subversives have been successfully arrested. That's cool. Large corporations are creating jobs. Those small businesses are stagnating. 45% corporation tax on the small businesses. Private ones are down to 25%. The radical reign is the new tool of oligarchs. Good, good. That means we're on the right track for role-playing. When will this end? The Ministry of Economy has just announced a tax increase for small, medium corporations, bringing the total to 45%, and tax cuts for large corporations, bringing the total to 25%. President Rain's priorities are now crystal clear. Instead of siding with his people, he decided to open his welcoming arms to large corporations and the oligarchs, while some of his citizens still to this date suffer from starvation. He has declared his intention was to end the recession. That's a lie. The real question is, what is he getting out of it? Who bribed the president so that he ended up laying in the same bed with large corporations? I'm very worried about the future of Swordland. And until President Rain leaves his chair, we, the radical, will not rest. Let's see. To end the recession, yeah, we did that. Lock of in times. Protesters are not traitors. Whatever. Let's see what the Economist says. Taxes for large corporations on its way. According to the information we've received, the administration has decided to decrease the taxes for large corporations by 10% to a total of 25%. This comes as a part of the tax reforms to stop the recession. This move will surely be welcomed by many large business owners, and we believe this was a really good move to curb the effects of the recession. After all, large corporations bring in more money into Swordland, and they are the reason the recession is not worse than it already is. This decision will definitely benefit Swordland in the long run. Oh man, my economy's down to 3 bars, though. It's alright, it's going to whip back on us. We'll be okay. We're going to do the dead cat bounce. Okay, visit and inspect the schools. Oh yeah, this is just a quick thing. Yeah, stopped by a security guard. You should stream E.T. the game, but don't forget to stream yourself afterwards. Go to the neighboring New Mexico to bury the game in the middle of the desert after you get angry at how much bad the game is. You mean how bad the game is, yeah. Wait for them to finish. Mr. President, such an honor to meet with you. Shake his hand and smile for the cameras. So this is just where I visit the school. We're seeing how things are. Let's begin. Mr. Galad. Education is the premise of progress in all societies and all families. Discipline's important. Some discipline never hurt anyone, up to a point. Look at these kids. Top 10 middle schools in all of Swordland. I am a sword. By state lines of blood. I will respect our honorable elders. I will protect the young. My life belongs to Swordland now, and it will belong to it forever. I will always follow the guiding light of Colonel Soul and the great swords. Amorgna Vescor, Victor and Sista. Clap at the kids. Great, great. Let's see. Enter the whole classroom. Snap to attention. At ease. This is my son. Tell the president what I do. I want to be a general. I'm ready to sacrifice myself to my country and you. You'll make a fine soldier in the future. At ease, general. They're raising soldiers, not students. I didn't ask you. What do you think about the school just between us girls? I'm sick of having to knit and sew while they learn science. Yeah. So we've already seen this. I want to be scientists, not soldiers. Right. But knitting and sewing are important skills to have for a woman. We'll talk in private later. Along a large portrait of Colonel Soul. Don't say anything. We've got other meetings to attend. I want to speak with the girl Lou. Lucian, let's leave. More Novescor. And leave. Okay. Codex updated for Dennis Stoller. Who's that? Swordfish political theorist arrested. Arrested, banned for ties to Red Youth, currently in Antel Rock Prison. Cool. Briefing on education reform. Couldn't even sleep thinking about that little boy and girl. I don't see what's wrong with our education system. You don't? You can't look at it objectively and see what's wrong with it. You can't be serious. Kiara, check your tone. Would you say that to a man, Lucian? These students will repeat the same soulless propaganda every day. Our families were fortunate, well connected to educate us outside of public school. We need to bring changes. Why change this? I don't think my words are getting through with you. Are you really fine with filling the heads of our children with soulless propaganda? With teaching girls like Diana, that's our daughter, remember? Their only value to this country is as vessels for child breeding. You know the words of Arthur S. Visky. You know them better than I do. Education is the premise of progress in all societies, in all families. We need to reform our education system, otherwise Swordland's future is bleak. we have more important matters to think about than education for a bunch of kids. I can't believe it. This will be seen as a huge mistake when people look back. I'm utterly disappointed, especially after yesterday's school visit. I would have thought it would awaken something in you. Let's move on. With no change in budget, the ministry was left to its own devices. We made some tough choices, but still lack additional funds. What are the advantages of privatization? There aren't many, but it would give us sword-needed funds and increase competition amongst schools. It would support our overall economic strategy of promoting a market economy. We can manage without additional funds. The only reason I wanted to consider it was to have more money to improve education. So what's your decision? Initiate privatization to draw more funds. This should allow for more competition and quality. We're not soulless, we need to streamline education to create the greatest productivity. The real asshole would be to start education reform and set it up to fail. It should be it for now. I'll get to work and report back later. See you later. Okay, new county update overview. Welfare, there's an education gap because of the privatization stuff. Capitalist Sortland will be equal opportunity Sortland for men and women. Both could become rich capitalist asshole. Also, this teacher was a commie. How was the teacher? Oh, you mean Kiara? Kiara's the minister. She's not a teacher right now. Demonstrators have been arrested. Forum committee is all talk, no action. Richter supports me. We'll be fine. Visiting a school. Assembly talks about prayer language. Whatever. Okay, what's next? We're kind of clipping along here. Oh, here we go. Time for the serious shit, y'all. Time for the negotiations. This is yeah. Old ladies watch people in pairs, limited in sex they dare. While money doesn't talk, it swears. I think my Irish accent's getting better. She's Millenniev's daughter, I swear. Everyone I don't agree with is a commie. What happened to the old fat waste of space and mistest? But hold on. First time for probably my most nervous part of every campaign. The discussions with Gloria Tory. Well, I need to check something in the other monitor. Okay. Oh, I lost the live stream. There it is. Alright, private meeting today with Gloria Tory, one of the leading figures of the USP, to get her approval. She was key in reaching 150 signatures. I walked to the left of the Assembly headquarters, acted as the left wing of the Assembly, which was the quarters of the USP. I knocked on the door in order. Alright. Okay. God, in every campaign you either love Gloria or you hate Gloria. She's interesting, so. Hello, Gloria. Good to see you. This is going to do wonders for my throat. Good to see you here, Mr. Rain. How are you doing, Mrs. Tory? I'm fine, Mr. Rain. How are you? I'm happy to see you, Mrs. Tory. It's been a while. Indeed, Mr. President. So, how does the presidential chair compare to the ones in the Assembly? It's better, what can I say? I'm sure it doesn't give you back pains the way ours do. Anyway, let's keep this simple, Mr. Rain. We both know why we are here. You want me to give you my support. I don't see why the backbone of the USP should support your rush reforms. Don't you realize they go directly against the wishes of the founder of this party and the state? It's in the name of democracy. In the name of democracy, even though you owe everything to Colonel Sol, I think you never liked him, nor the party we built. Oh god, that's right. I didn't support Sol. I supported Alphonse. She's not gonna like that. I would never betray the party. Our party. Whatever you intend to do, you'll be facing quite the opposition. That's all I could say. I'm sure we can make a deal. I'm not so sure about that. I must say I like the changes regarding the appointment of ministers. That's one positive aspect. Yeah, I think that's like a mandatory one. It's unbelievable you're taking away the immunity of the judges. A big mistake. A president that has the power to impeach justices will be very dangerous in the future. We shouldn't damage the separation of powers. I can't accept. I don't see anything democratic here, Mr. President. Can you? This will benefit the party. I continue to disagree. So what are you thinking about? Are you ready to make changes to your proposal, or should we keep talking past each other? Mrs. Tory, please try to understand me. I cannot give concessions now. She raised an eyebrow. Let me give you some advice, Mr. President. Giving yourself the same title as Tarquin Sol will not make you a hero. You have not earned that title, nor the immunity and the protection it brings. Remove the changes to the Member of Honor laws from the proposal before it becomes public. Let's not damage our party nor your reputation further. This will only bring you ridicule, and there is no way that the Assembly of the Supreme Court would vote for this. Yeah. Yeah. I think she's right. I think we're going to have to drop the Member of Honor thing. Like, who fucking cares? We're going to get assassinated anyway. I'll save the Member of Honor for, like, a big-time dictator run or something. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, we gotta give it up. I'm glad we're on the same page. I believe I can give you the help you require. I do have one condition. I want you to cancel that speech you were planning for your wife at the Benfey Festival. Mayor Leste is not only popular in Benfey, he is one of the most influential members of the USP's conservative wing. We wouldn't want to unset him, would we? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Or I could say I don't care if he's upset. Or yeah, I'll have Monica take it off the schedule and let him speak. Yeah. Because that's the whole idea that it's like I'm screwing my wife over, right? Because we're also trying to get the, I guess, divorce achievement. Hate to see it. The Conservatives will be expecting a lot from you. I'll be expecting a lot from Conservatives as well. Increasing our... who the fuck cares about our wife, LMAO? Oh, gosh. Increasing the threshold to 15% ought to mollify a lot of lifetime USP members. It secures our advantageous position and further consolidates it by leaving other parties out. I can get you the signatures needed for the proposal. I'll talk to the other Conservatives. I hope there won't be any surprises, though, Mr. President. I assure you there's nothing you should be concerned about. I can't guarantee all the Conservatives will vote for your constitutional changes. I have serious reservations about privatizing healthcare or the sort of state corporation. The support of my faction can change, but the signatures are as good as gathered. We'll need all the votes. That's politics for you. I'll do what I can. I'm completely against your efforts to privatize our educational institutions. The state must be responsible for educating its citizens. Your reform will corrupt our education system and bring foreign influence. But we'll discuss that later. What I expect from you is not to pursue further privatization. If you start privatizing healthcare, state-owned corporations, I doubt I can help you. I could say it'll happen one way or another. No, we gotta negotiate. I can't promise anything. These decisions depend on the circumstances. For the sake of your reforms, you'd better hope it doesn't. I believe I've made myself clear. Now I need to get back to my duties. I understand. I'll leave you to it. Woo! Oh man, it's always a rough one to get through. Promise the conservative wing's support. Alright, time to meet with this fuckface. This guy's easy. I just gotta tell him, yeah, you'll totally be my VP. Wink, wink. Oh, what a fucking geek. Let's hope we could bribe Clavin. Oh, yeah. Gloria Tory is a paternalistic conservative. You could totally be my fee, and like heck, we'll give it. Yeah. So we gotta talk with this ass clown. I enter the room, Mr. President, welcome. Did a bomb drop in this office? You could say that. So much research and preparation needs to be done on the plans we're working on. How's everything going for you, Mr. President? Depends on our meeting today. Oh, I see. Then I'll try my best not to make it any worse for you, Mr. President. Our team was disappointed by the veto of the Workers' Rights Act. We worked day and night for weeks. It would have boosted your public opinion too, Mr. President. Let's see. It's a market economy with a free supply and demand system. The government shouldn't overregulate. The situation is borderline exploitative. That's why the majority of the Assembly gathered behind it. The act was supposed to bring some regulation, which didn't exist before. It seems the administration has taken a very pro-business approach. Anyway, sir, let's talk about the proposal. Thanks for coming here for my input, because there's some subjects where Gloria and I don't see eye to eye. What I didn't expect was a worsening of the current situation. Presidential decrees above statute law and not subject to judicial review. It would destroy separation of powers. This particular change is specifically worrying as it represents an opposite trend. The decrees need to be weaker, not stronger. I respect the perspective of the reformist wing. Enough to make a slight change that would heavily influence our tendencies to support the draft. I suggest limiting the power of the decrees with an enabling act. The Assembly should have some control over a potentially rogue president. And if you really care about further democratic reforms, we'll issue the enabling act, but we have to make sure the presidents can't work alone anymore. No. I don't trust the Assembly to give me the power to enact major reforms, though. I thought you wanted to discuss a change. There must be another way. I have to say that most of the progressives were already starting to warm up to you. Your attempt at changing the Constitution created quite a bit of excitement. One could dare to say an excitement that hasn't been felt since the 30s. Yet there's some issues with the current status of the draft proposal, which we may need to contain our excitement a little longer. I suspect that Mrs. Tory had a lot of influence on this proposal, but I cannot support this in its current state. What's the problem? Where even to begin? The increase in the threshold, electoral finance reform. Why is that not included? It's only my first term, too soon to bring limits. You want to use the flaws for your own benefit. What's the priority with this proposal? I'm going to say limiting the legislative powers of the Supreme Court. And you're doing more than that, aren't you? Taking away the immunity of the justices and giving them the power to replace them to yourself. A worrying notion. Do you want me to believe that? There might still be a way for me to get behind this. Remove the change to the threshold and we'll be golden. No need to agitate our party. No, I can't do it. This is not enough, Mr. President. We can take another look over the draft, or perhaps there's something else you could offer me. Sure, I'll offer you something else. I'm all ears. Show him a check. No. I'm not going to spend my money on a bribe. I'll spend someone else's money on a bribe, but if you give us your support, you'll be my VP. If you give us your support, you'll be my VP in the next cabinet. Collusion! An interesting proposal, one that's very hard to turn down. Especially now that I think we align, Mr. President. Can I hold you to that promise? As long as I get your support. Good. It seems like we have a deal. I'll talk to my guys shortly. I'll have their signatures too. Don't botch it. I won't. All right. Time to give a speech. People were clapping. Let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen of the party, I came here to announce my agenda. The Supreme Court is blocking the future of Swordland. We need to survive the next elections. Moderates are applauding. I asked for your votes. Everybody joined in. Back to the palace. Great. Oh, are we going to the next chapter now? Got a little bit of news here. President meets the USP. Details are not made public nor what the draft contained. Here we go. The balance of power at Eastern Mercopa. Come on. Come on. Come on. Think of all the offers. Come on. Come on. Okay. What do we got here? Arcasia offers aid. Nice. Here we go, baby. Time to start aligning with the West. The foreign minister of Arcasia has offered a substantial amount of financial, logistical, and equipment support to help our country. In return, Arcasia requests refuel and repair access to the Urlori Air Force Base whenever they require. President Dwight Walker has sent personal assurances that this agreement is for peaceful purposes only. And I accept. Fantastic. Alright, so we're in the green. We're in the money. The radical, weak international leadership. We've accepted Arcasian financial aid. It makes Swordland weak! That's good, that's good. Oh, conscription laws? What is this? The matter of writing, there's no active wars. Why do we still need these? So, alright, what do we got over here? Country overview, Arcasian Air Force rotations, investments from Arcasia. This is good, this is good. Yeah. Am I going to make the next president dictator your dentist? What? I don't get it. Religious harmony bill. You know what? Let me look at the bills. Guide or decisions guide or whatever it is. Let's see, guide to the bills, smoke, electoral guidance, religious harmony. All right, yeah, let's read this real quick. For the purposes of increasing religious harmony and unity, the following laws are established in religious affairs. Section 1 of the RHB will ensure that the Day of Dissension ceremony in the Arch Sanctuary of Dar should from now on only hold ceremonies in the Sordish language. Section 2 will forbid sanctuaries from holding sermons in Bloodish unless they receive approval from the Archpriest of Swordland. Section 3 will enforce that all priests applying to be stake sanctioned have Sordish descendants to be able to receive their salaries and pensions. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure what's the benefit of doing this. Okay, so I'm looking up a Steam guide now. If I sign it, public opinion goes up, Bloodish opinion goes down, Solist opinion goes up, Democratic goes down. And if I veto it, opinion goes down, Bloodish opinion goes up. I'm down one Solist. Well, you know, because if the Bloodish opinion goes up one way or the other, it's like... I guess this is ultimately just deciding am I being more Solist style or Democratic style. Let me just double check with this other thing I found. Let's see, major bills and guide list, religious harmony. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here that... Yeah, I guess we're going to technically go more Democratic then. That's ultimately what it just comes down to. So I will be vetoing this bill. Save the soulism for a soulist run. Okay. Religion doesn't make stonks go up. Unless you pray hard enough. Choice doesn't matter. Do it. Sign the NFP if you want NFP bills. The president/dictator of Turkmenistan was the previous dictator's dentist because his son was so incompetent. An asshole passed the bill. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah, it's... Well, the thing is, I think when I'm negotiating with the NFP, that like I can come back around to that, where it's like, hey, the religious thing, we got to pass that, so you'll give my support or whatever. Hello there, tenebrification. What's the difference between R movies, M games rating to NC-17 and AO ratings? Is it that R and M have sex in them but not pornography? I'm not so sure about the video game ratings, but NC-17 means like you can't take, like, children can't go in under any circumstances, whether or not they have a child or an adult with them. I should play a Dune game. I've ever played a Dune game before? No, I haven't. Well, I played like a Dune board game once that a friend of mine had. Okay. Condemnation from United Kontana. Chairman Mileniev will do whatever it takes to defend its sphere from encroaching Arcasian imperialists. I can't give a fuck what Milenievists have to say. Ministry of Health is going to work on a health report with a proposal to allow privatization in the health system to potentially generate new resources for the ministry. Okay. Whoops. Call from Gus Manger. Oh, I think I'm about to get my money, baby. I think we're about to get that achievement. Let me double check. It's like, it's the 5 gold, right? Hold on. I think it's 5 gold. Rightful claim, economic recovery. I don't think you guys can see it, but I'm just looking at the Steam achievements right now. Yeah, here we go. Rags to riches, save at least 5 personal wealth points. So I think we should get that right now. I think we're gonna get a lot of fucking money. You banned the young swords so you can use them as a bargaining chip in the negotiations, which gaming wise is the best option. Yeah. So, picked up the phone. Mr. President, how are you doing on this fine day, if I may ask? It's like, what is it, Gus? I'm calling you because I received a call from the CEO of Armandine Industries, Aaron Bridges, about the recent initial public offering on the Venture City Stock Exchange. As you might have guessed, it's about our massive venture investment of 3,000 shares worth nearly 3 million rand. I am very pleased to say that we have made gains. Rags to riches, weren't you born to wealth? No, I had to work for the like. Doesn't that work with my character though? You know, like it's just like all I started was with the millions of dollars that my father gave me, and look what I've done with it. I've turned it into so much more. I'm a self-made man. That's so perfect. Yeah. Anyway, I'm very pleased to say we have made gains. The shares have doubled in price at the IPO and the VCSE, and we will soon receive the profits made from the investment. Isn't that great? Great news! So, how much do we gain? You will love it. In total, we have made nearly 4 million Sortish rand. It was risky, yes, but look at where we are now. I have a good eye for investments. That you do. Read Conrad Caronti's book on entrepreneurship. It teaches one so much about the market. I assure you, this will pale in comparison to what we will do together in the future. The money will be transferred to your personal bank account shortly. This is the beginning of a good partnership. Keep it up. I think so too. Goodbye for now. Click, click. Woo! 8 money! Show me the achievement. Where's the achievement? Maybe I gotta wait for a turn to go by or something. What's this? The radical? Protecting. It's the Armandine stock nearly doubles. The CEO of Armandine, Aaron Bridges, announced the IPO this morning at the Venture City Stock Exchange, with the opening value of the stocks doubling due to high demand by the market. Images of celebration were visible at the Venture Times newspapers. A new era for portable radios has begun for the average citizen, with major advances in military technology pushing civilian technology forward. Small loan of $1 million. God, I wouldn't know what to do with $1 million. Like I said, it'd be like that scene in The Gambler. You know, got to get the house with a 20-year roof. Get a nice CDO so I can pay off my taxes, and that's my fucking fortress of solitude, right? So, I guess let me maybe take a minute to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's been going on in my life. First, I'm gonna go get some water, because yeah, I know I've been gone essentially for like a week, except for a couple of Pokemon streams I was sniffling through. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, everyone, by the way. But yeah, I'll be right back. We get some water, and then we'll talk. Okay, so you know what? I might actually make a separate video, just a short one on the channel, maybe 5-10 minutes, saying, you know, life update. But so I think where we last left off, gosh, a week ago. Yeah, this time last week, I was still working for the United States Postal Service, but I basically had been stressing about getting into back into graduate school. I've been trying to return there, and it turned out there was a slight problem with my application because I did have to reapply. It was something that was not my fault, but it got fixed at like the last minute. So, yeah, unofficial State of the Union address. I'll do a formal State of the Union later. But I got the little thing. The little thing got resolved, like, the day before school started. and before classes started. So I did get back in though, which I knew I was going to get back in. Like they were like, yeah, you just have to formally apply again, which it's like free until you apply at the last minute. And I did the application back in November, so I'm back in school. So we're happy about that. We're happy. I should change the music to indicate we're not playing the game right now. Hold on a sec. Let's throw on some jazz. Okay. So I don't know if y'all could hear that music. Bring it up just a pinch. Okay, school wanted that money. Yeah. No, I knew I was gonna get it. I'd done grad before, but I left for personal reasons that then got exacerbated by the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. But yeah, so I'm back in school, which is really nice. So that was one of the things that I was juggling. But then even once I was back in school, I then had to register, and I'm actually still not technically registered for all the classes I want to take because I essentially it was I came in so late that I was initially only able to register for 2 classes. I'm trying to do at least 3. And today's a holiday, so I don't think I'm going to hear back from anybody. But like I do have permission from at least one professor to apply for to register for something else. So I'm hoping it's going to be a heavier semester than it's looking like right now. Simultaneously, I was getting ready for an inspection of my apartment, which turned out I was more concerned about than they were. But I also got my lease renewal offer from my landlords, and it's a big fucking increase, enormous. Like a little bit over more than a 33% increase on rent is what I was looking at, which was like Jesus fucking Christ. But it's been going up all over, all the rent. Everybody's been jacking up the rent. So I thought, well, that's a problem. I need to figure something out. So I spoke with my parents about it. I don't live with them, but I sometimes go to them for financial advice. And thought about things, and what the decision that I've had to, wait, what the fuck? Did somebody send a super chat? What the heck? Oh, there it is. Yeah, because I saw the chat revenue thing. Oh my gosh, red super chat. Jeez. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Mad Beast Yeti. Thank you, gracias, obrigado. Merci. Well, yeah, thanks. It is good to be back. It is good to be back, and whatever sort of struggles I'm gonna have this semester, this year, or struggles I'm looking forward to. There was a joke that like it was like a boomer joke, like what's up with boomers not liking their wives, but like there's like a boomer bit of advice. It was like, always be sure to marry a woman who looks pretty when she's angry, and so like for me it's like there's always going to be some sort of struggles in your life, but I might as well struggle doing stuff I enjoy. So I'm going to be trying to go back into education, and of course I'm back in school. But anyway, yeah, so the rent got jacked up to hell, but it's happening all over. In fact, when they gave me my lease renewal offer, they attached a page with the what the rent was in the other places, like size and similar size apartments, similar locations and whatnot, basically showing like, yeah, we're jacking it the fuck up, and we're still cheaper than the rest. So, hashtag deal with it. So I talked with my parents about some financial advice, and we basically agreed that if I'm gonna be like, because renting is such a pit, and so many Americans we all get caught in it, and it was basically decided, like, do I want to just keep giving money every month to, people I don't know, to no investment in myself. um an angry person is angry regardless. Yeah, it's boomer. It's a boomer bit of advice, um so what I'm trying to also do right now is I'm trying to find a house, even if I don't necessarily want to permanently live here. I'd rather be, I guess, rent to own, right? That's what houses are, right? Now I'm very fortunate because I'm gonna have access to a VA home loan. So I've been looking around for a house, and of course that's gonna be fucking expensive too. But at least it's like investing in real estate, not in nothing, in this fucking apartment where like everything's broken all the time. Like both of my sinks right now are fucked. But so yeah, trying to potentially find a house before my lease runs out. That's another thing that I'm dealing with right now. Um, I'm also trying to find a different job. I do have some savings, but with the house thing, some of that savings might need to go towards a down payment, quite a bit of it actually. Uh, so I'm juggling that. So it's like I'm trying to get completely registered for school. I'm also trying to find another job. I've been sending stuff out. I've got a couple of irons in the fire. Uh, Frankly, I don't need that much. Like for example, there's one that I'm looking at that's like $14 an hour, and but it's not full time. But it's like I wouldn't even need full time, and like I'm going to be doing school anyway, so kind of part time might be for the best. That's a campus job in particular. That would be really nice. Good morning, Sopwith. So I'm excuse me. So essentially, the next month to 6 weeks, actually, especially the next week, because there is actually a house I've already found. I've looked at a couple. A few actually that are not that great, but I found this one which is really nice. It's probably not anything that like a modern person would like. Like I was talking to the realtor, and she was saying, well, the problem with this house is A and B and C, and they're saying things that were wrong, and it's like, I don't fucking care. Actually, I like that. Because people have different sensibilities. I guess like I guess I'm an older school guy, but like for example, one of the things, like, here's a non-important thing. I was this house that I looked at that I would really would like to get in on, but it's a seller's market right now, so it's a little difficult. But one of the things she was saying is like, yeah, there's wallpaper inside the bathrooms though, and it's like, but fucking. First off, I like the design of the wallpaper, and it's not like it's damaged. And yeah, this place I'm looking at is one that it's only ever had one family living in it, and they lived there for 30 years and raised their kids. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is gonna be a house I live in for the rest of my life if I really needed to. It's great, unless I had a lot more kids. But yeah, it's like, who fucking cares about wallpaper in the back? I guess there's people who do, but anyway, imagine having a bathroom. Yeah, right. But what was I saying? Yeah, so like I got a house I'm trying to look at. Hashtag dorm life, yeah. And the thing is, if I get this one in particular, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna pinch, but it's like I would rather, be investing in something than keep paying rent. Is there carpet in the bathroom? No! You see, that would be an actual problem. But essentially, yeah, so I'm trying to get the school going. I'm trying to find a new decent paying job going and all sorts of other stuff. But the game plan will be that within the next week, I should know whether or not I'm in on that one. Fortunately, I think I might not be, because it is a really nice place. So I'm sure people are going to jump on it. Fingers crossed, everybody. But the idea is that, like, let's say all my dreams come true, right? It's like I get this place. Then the nose is at the fucking grindstone. It's just going to be wake up and I'm either doing school or work or this. The only time I've like dedicated to social time, I guess you could say, is like I'm putting aside a few hours on Saturday to talk with some friends online while we play D&D. But even that, it's like if I find a job that's gonna pay what I need it to pay, and I gotta work Saturdays, well, damn, that's gonna fucking suck. I'm gonna have to get out. Let's see, ultra cheap rent near my workplace. Appliances aren't garbage. Only reason I would move is if I get yoinked across the country. Yeah, there you go. No, that's good. Like if you got a good relationship with your parents, you can do that sort of thing. It's good. Like I had a friend who, after he graduated, he lived from college. He lived with his parents for a while because it's like, you know, it's you know, if you guys get along, it could be a good deal. Like he did that while he worked, and then later on he got a job somewhere else, and so then he moved out. But anyway, so the game plan moving forward, this is turning into a State of the Union speech. The game plan moving forward is to, I want to really try to get content on this channel up more regularly again. But I also, really want to get my education channel up and running, the Voyages in Time. So the plan is going to be that I am going to try to do things like bring guides back. Starting this week, I'm going to have a lot of free time during the day. Not free time, I shouldn't say it's free time, it's work time, but it's basically, I'm going to be, for like 9 hours a day, I'm going to be doing either schoolwork or like writing and stuff. So the writing meaning working on like this podcast idea I had, doing some French Revolution stuff and whatnot. School is more important than YouTube. No, of course it is. School is always going to be their number one priority. Basically the idea is that like I'm not going to work on anything else every day until I'm done with my schoolwork. And I know like, and even though I'm a believer in the Pomodoro stuff, it's like it works though because I'm taking more than one class. So it's like, you know, if oh man, I've been working on this one class for an hour, switch to the other one, and now I'm fresh again. I've done that for years. But you see, the reason why I'm saying like YouTube, yeah, I know school is more important than YouTube, but at the end of the day, this is a source of income. And on my best months, this channel has paid all the bills. Like it'll pay all my bills that month, which is incredible. But then I end up getting like busy with my in real life jobs, and then like, you know, everything suffers because I'm not streaming as much, I'm not posting good content, you know, stuff like that. So I guess in like an ideal world, I'd like the Voyages in Time channel to be up and running in a good way, especially in terms of Patreon, that I could like reliably continue to work on it as a means of income. So, yes, I've already been working on a couple of things for Voyages in Time, like different scripts for stuff. I've been keeping mysterious what's this podcast thing I want to cover, where it's like I want to cover an event in history. I'm not going to start uploading it until I've got the first 3 episodes typed up, because that's going to be the hardest. You know, the introductions, beginnings, half the battle, and all that. But I've been doing good on that. I'm like halfway through the 3 episodes I want typed. And so I'm going to really work on that this week. Actually, there's like a couple of books that I've been wanting to get for working on that, but I haven't been able to check stuff out at the university library. That's a whole other issue that I've been dealing with. It's a long story, but that's going to get fixed tomorrow. But basically, yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what my schedule is going to be like. So that's why I'm probably not going to post a weekly schedule yet. But I'm 99% sure that next week I'll be able to start posting my community tab on like Sunday saying, hey, you know, I'm going to stream on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. We're going to do Suzerain. And then on Thursday, we're going to do Pokemon or whatever. So today's going to be like kind of the last of the guerrilla streams, hopefully. And then it's like, and I'm going to try to stick to those weekly schedules, like, so, because I think that's going to be crucial. Because, like, let's say I schedule myself where I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, or something. And then it's like Thursday night, and I got some time. I'm gonna fight the temptation to stream, and instead put that time towards the education channel, like stuff. When am I gonna put memberships for the channel? Like this channel? I might do that. Let's maybe get a little bit into favor. Let me get back into a regular thing. Because if I did memberships, I don't know, I'd have to look into like some best practices. I'd want to make sure people are getting their money's worth for membership. Like, because like I know memberships, you could do things where you do streams where only people who are members could see it, but I think I'd also want to do, because like when you're a member, can't you do things like have custom emojis or something? I know people like that, so I probably should look into doing that. But anyway, yeah, this has already gone too long, everything I'm talking about. But yeah, the point is, I'm back in school. I'm gonna maybe be moving soon. Hopefully into a home that I can't afford. No, like I'm not gonna move into a place if I'm gonna just be homeless a month later. But no, it's like just. It's I don't want to say it's gonna be a forever home if I get one, but it's just like it's a nice house and it better fucking be, because that's the only place I'll be spending my time. I'm basically gonna put myself in a cave. At the yeah, so just watch this space. Watch out for Voyages in Time. Especially over at Voyages in Time. It's probably not going to happen until the start of February, but I'm going to hopefully start putting a lot of shit up there. Like, I've actually been looking at the stuff I've been preparing, and I was thinking, people are going to say, you know, Conquering History Games, focus on one thing at a time. You got too much different content. What kind of channel is this? And it's like, it's all the things. It's all the things. Conquering History Caves. There you go. Because I got a lot of projects I want to do. And I'm not going to do them all at once, but there's ideas. Anyway, how about we get back to it? I probably should just put out its own separate video at some point. Maybe today or tomorrow, just saying, here's the state of the channel. Alright, let's play it. Turn off the jazz. Let's get back to the game. But it's going to be a grindy semester, grindy year. But you know what? I embrace the grind. I'm a hashtag. What are all the fucking hashtags? It's like, you know, I'm a grinder. I'm a lunch pail guy. Is it a lunch pail? I might be wrong on that lunch pail thing. But yeah, what is it, Guzman? You had a question about the Dune books. There's people who say the Dune series is not as good anymore after God Emperor. What do I think? Well, I think it just kept changing. It was an evolving universe, so people, you know, especially after you get out of God Emperor Dune, like, you can barely even see the events of Dune anymore, because the world has changed and evolved so much. It's getting more esoteric, so I can see that turns people off. Anyway, we're just gonna stream for a little bit longer. But I'll stream again. I'm gonna probably do actually a pretty long Pokemon stream later. I don't think we're going to finish it in one stream, but I want to at least get through the 7th and 8th gym badges and just start fucking, yeah, just get on that grind, baby. Grind. Maybe see if we can get to the Elite Four. Like, not beat the Elite Four, but at least get through Victory Tunnel. Because I think I have my final 6 Pokemon set. And we can maybe go catch some, the last 2 legendaries or whatever, but anyway, let's do this. Status of immigrant regulation. I think that we were letting people in, right? Because, like, immigrants were cheap labor. Yeah, woo, long stream. Oh, yeah, and it's gonna be long. Like, I'm gonna fuck it. Like, I'm basically just staying in today because it's the holiday. I do have some things that I want to do around the apartment. You know, just chores, and I want to read a few chapters of some stuff. You know, one of the things that's really annoying is I have some readings I need to do for, like, I have some class readings I need to do today, but I have my other class I need to do a lot of reading for, and I ordered my shit online because those books were expensive. They were actually, like, literally the most expensive books I've ever bought for history classes, because like one of the things that's great about taking history is most of your shit is cheap, because like you're reading primary sources, you're reading stuff from centuries ago, like that's not copyrighted, so you're basically just paying for the paper and the ink of a book, especially because then there's used versions out there. But there was this one, it was actually just the one book. There was one book that was, actually I'll tell you all the number, it was $40, and that is literally the most expensive book I've ever bought in my history studying career. It's a holiday today. There's a holiday in the United States. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But yeah, the book hasn't come in yet. I've actually not finished Hunters and Sandworms of Doom, so I couldn't say Guzman, sorry. It's on my to-read list on a special occasion day. Like a history major. Well, I was already a history major. I got my bachelor's. I'm going back to school for my master's. So, like, one quick thing, like a perfect example of like how like, you know, because I used to be extremely militant about the books that I would have, but like in the last couple years, I kind of have made my own. You know, I've started to get books where it's like, you know, here's stuff if I can find a book for $2 in you know, the Friends of the Library store or whatever. It's a book I know I'm gonna read one day or that I'm gonna reference. Then I'll pick it up, but because it's like, you know, it's nice to have it there when you want to read it. So for example, I think it was 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago. I guess it was Friday night. Definitely 100% it was Friday night. Yeah, I just woke up in the middle of the night and I could not sleep. And I walked over to my Dickens books. I was just drawn to them. I don't even know why. And I grabbed Great Expectations, which I have a copy of. It should have, okay. It's good humor, 10 and I grabbed Great Expectations. I don't know why. I just felt compelled to read it. And I knocked out like 3 chapters real quick. And yeah, it's like I'm reading it now. Honestly, jealous about school book prices. All marine English books were... Yeah, exactly. That's why I try not to complain too much about book prices. Usually I brag about my book prices because, yeah, when guys who go into biology, like I got a friend who became a physical therapist, but I think he might have once told me that every single book he ever got was at least $100. You know, they were very expensive. And then the math majors, Jesus, like all that online digital code bullshit, like you got to have a digital copy of the book. Those are just straight up scams. Those are like, I remember people getting like even intro math course stuff that was like $200+. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just a scam. Anyway. Okay, let's look at Ignoli. Oh yeah, so let's get back to the game. Alright, can't tighten immigration policy and say the same. Recessions to the forefront. We'll become their servants. Yeah. So Yosef is upset about the Arcasia thing because Simon is like, thankfully, we see financial aid from Arcasia. Yeah, the bots, I need to time them out again. Stole your textbooks. You know what? If it's via the textbook industry, fuck them. I knew people who used to work at the college bookstore of the University of Texas at El Paso, and they were always saying like, yeah, as soon as that book crosses the threshold into here, it's a 40% markup. Engineering books, you use them all throughout school. I use them in my job site. No, and that's always good when you do that. Like most, not all, but most of the history books I've ever read for class, I end up, if I don't, I'll usually like try to get my own copy, even if it's something that like I used in the library at the time. Like I used a library copy. Whenever the time comes, if I can find one in a thrift shop, I'll pick up my own. Speaking of which, so the last books that I'm gonna have gotten for a long time. I was at the one of the couple, because there's a couple of different used bookstores in Las Cruces, so I was going through all of them trying to find all my textbooks, trying to find a cheap version before I had to order online. That's why I ended up that expensive one. I ended up having to order online because nobody had it. But there had been these there was something that I wanted to I paid $120 for a used book and it's trash. That fucking sucks. Um, but the last books that I'm gonna have gotten for a very, very long time, like until, like literally, this might be my only books for the year. Um, is in the used bookstore, $4 each with credit. I got the 3-volume biography of Eleanor Roosevelt, written by Blanche Weiss and Cook, who I don't know much about her, but she was the I know that she was one of the talking heads in the Ken Burns Roosevelt's documentary, and she also what also? Yeah, she's been like working on that one those 3-volume biography for like decades, and it's kind of funny because you look at because they're such great condition too. Like they have the dust covers. The dust covers are completely clean, but like on the back part of the dust cover, there's a picture of her. And so, like, in the first one, she's maybe in her 40s, and then the last one, she's an old woman. And it's like, yeah, she made her commitment. It's like Edmund Morris with his Theodore Roosevelt trilogy, right? Anyway, video game. But yeah, because, like, that's it. No more books. I got plenty of books to read. Only books I plan to buy for the rest of the year are books for school. It's the last of pretty much anything I plan to watch, because like I got tickets for a concert in March, but I've had those tickets for 2 years, and it's like, yeah, belts are getting tight, people. Okay, so Lancia is upset about the financial aid from Arcasia. Let's see. We need to be friendly with our potential allies. Allies? Solid has no allies and never did. Can't be naive. Let's get back on topic. Or interrupt. Do you see them closing off their borders? Gotta become a penny pincher. Oh yeah. Well, it's like on New Year's Day, I ended up having a talk with a friend of mine, because a friend of mine, he's also going back to school, and we were both talking about how, like, we're not gonna starve to death this year, but it's gotta get tight. And so every year, because he likes to dress nice, every year he goes to a sale on suits at a store here that they only do for one day. It's a New Year's Day sale. It's like you can get like a really, really goddamn nice, like a 3-piece suit for maybe $50 or something, right? And for some reason this year they didn't do the sale. So, then he was like, oh shit, well, because like he already had the money put aside for that, and then he wanted to go to a bar, which like we don't go to bars, we're not those types of people, so it's like a special occasion when we do. But he's like, I was gonna spend this money anyway, let's go to a bar. And I was telling him, dude, we're supposed to start spending our money or saving our money here. If you want to drink something, we can go to the store and get something to drink. Like, we'll do it in your backyard, So let's see here. We need to modernize and reach the levels of the superpowers. Any questions about the current state of immigration? Yeah, not really. Have to remind you, we said we'd keep our immigration laws relaxed. I disagree. We are supposed to control and reduce the negative effects of immigration, like crime and subversion. I see your point, Joseph, but the economy certainly benefits from more immigration. So, consequences of keeping it relaxed. Aside from keeping us on the path to prosperity, modernity, and continuous improvement, not much. Let's see here. Stability draws money. Okay, let's make the decision. This is an easy decision. We will keep immigration laws relaxed. Our border posts aren't ready. This is shameful. The citizens of Swordland aren't forgotten. Our work for them continues. Anything else, Mr. President? Let's end the discussion and get to work. There's changes to be made. Yeah, that's an easy one. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep complimenting Lancia whenever I can, so he hopefully doesn't coup me. Like whiskey. Yeah, you know, it's like, are there benefits? Yeah, it's like, are there benefits to spice? It just makes you live longer and it feels good and you can take drug trips with it and makes your dick bigger and it makes your shits better and your digestive system's gonna love it and it tastes great. But besides that, there's not really any benefits to ingesting the spice melange. I'm not biased due to my own background. You know, just somebody has a background of something doesn't always mean they're entirely, you know, influenced that way. Like there was a city councilwoman here in El Paso years ago who basically, I don't want to get into the details of it, but basically there was this eminent domain issue that was going on. It was really controversial, really was dividing the city. And this particular councilwoman had herself, she talked about it, she herself been a victim of eminent domain. I think the story was that like she had been living with her grandparents and like they all got booted off the property. But she was like, fuck it, price of progress. So, anyway. Of course, she was also cashing checks from certain people, but that's a whole other story. She was unpopular. She ended up running for mayor. And like, you see, the thing is with El Paso politics, it's literally in the city charter that you can't declare for local elections your party affiliations. So local politicians will court both Democratic and Republican associations because officially they don't have parties. I have a delicate tummy and the spice makes it rumbly, Mr. Gunner, for sure. Yeah, so, but she was a very out and out, saying it without having the D by her name, Democrat, and El Paso's like, in theory, a Democratic city. That's what El Pasoans like to say they are anyway. And she got fucking annihilated at the polls in the run for mayor. I think she got like 14% of the vote. It was hilarious. It's just like, whether you liked her or not, that was just really fucking funny. And in fact, let me try to look up some El Paso mayor stats. Mayor election results. There's got to be like on Ballotpedia or something the results for various elections. Here we go. Mayoral races. So let's see. Okay, Wikipedia has the ones in 2020. The 2020 El Paso mayoral election was actually really interesting because it went to a runoff, and then Oscar Leeser, who had been a previous mayor, but he was going up against D. Margo. D. Margo was a former congressman for El Paso as a Republican, and he had been a popular choice for mayor, but he was doing this thing in response to the Backstreet Boys reunion tour where he was just pissing everybody off on the left and the right, the people who wanted things open, the people who wanted things locked down. He just was managing to do something that pissed off everybody all the time. And then the election results showed it. He only got 20% of the vote when it came to it. So that was, yeah. All right. I'm confused about the subversion argument. Is Rumberg citizens leaving to Swordland in droves? El Paso City Council episode of the West Wing win. They'd call it the Southwest Wing. Private party of the Gentlemen's Club. Okay, I think we'll do this and we'll call it a day because I'm gonna. Well, not a day, but we're gonna call it a stream because I'm gonna do the really long stream later. Like seriously, I'm gonna get comfortable. I'm gonna have some water. I'm gonna have my gamer bottle. I'm kidding. kidding. Let's see here. All municipal politicians have to be independent in Canada, no matter the position. It makes a municipal election so mundane, no one cares, and only like 20% of people vote in total. Well, that's because, as many people have said, politics is now sports. It's about your team winning, right? So it's just like, I don't get to vote for somebody with the letter I like next to their name, so I don't like them. It's like, but their policies match yours. Don't care. So, we're going to the Gentlemen's Club, no wives and girlfriends allowed, hence the name. Now the real party can start. Come on in. The president of Swordland, Mr. Anton Rain. And I present to you Peter Vectern, the first alcoholic vice president of Swordland. My joke didn't sit well with Peter nor the crowd. There was a short, awkward silence before he continued. Ooh. Dear members, please give a warm welcome to our very special guest, if I may, Anton. Here, take this. We're celebrating life, a brief escape from our tumultuous professions. Tumultuous? I didn't think Peter knew words that big. Bitter cure for stress and a little drink. Raise my glass. No politics, no wives, no one sober. Cheer. Sip the whiskey. I declare this party started. Music, go. You know, let's throw on some jazz music for this. Let's throw on a little party music. Let's do, let's see here. No copyright speakeasy jazz. I'm trying to find like a no copyright one. I'm trying to like do no copyright speakeasy style, but we need like party jazz. Let's see. Okay, let me try like no copyright swing. Let's try this. Here we go. I declare this party started. Yeah. Oh, this is definitely Sing 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 from Benny Goodman, but you know, non-copyright version. Let's see. He received it in the vice president course he received, and now he cannot stop saying it. Yeah, it's like that one comedy thing, and it had like, oh, fuck, I forget the actor's name. But anyway, there's a part where there's like a stupid athlete, like he's a prodigy, but he was never actually properly educated because they only taught him his sport of tennis. So he's just always saying indubitably, and then there's a talking head who's like, clearly they taught this kid the word indubitably, and they thought that in his British accent would get him through the interview. It's like, how do you feel about the state of blah 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 blah? Indubitably. That's how he is with tumultuous. Alright, we walked around the corridors of his mansion. Statues and paintings lined the stark white halls. An arched window provided a view of the neatly manicured grounds, complete with a swimming pool. A grand Lesbian marble staircase led up to the second story. Peter gestured at the massive crystal chandelier hanging overhead. That chandelier was made in the 18th century. Can you believe it? There's even a hedge maze in the garden. What's the story behind the chandelier? I don't know and I don't care. It just looks expensive and I like it. You know what? That reminds me, there actually was one other thing besides the Eleanor Roosevelt book that I did pick up when I was trying to find my used ones. I popped into the Savers while I was doing those routes because I was looking for other stuff, but I decided to walk over to the book section, and I got for $1.79 what looks like a completely brand new copy of President Barack Obama's presidential memoirs, the first half, Promised Land. Which, like, I'm not saying whether I like the guy or not, but as I've said before, I find presidential memoirs to be interesting. Memoirs of any famous, you know, like famous politician, historical figure, whatever, to be interesting, because even though they're probably bullshitting all the time, it is interesting. Yeah, so it was like, the only thing is though, I can't seem to get the sticker off. So yeah, it's like, but like that book is like $40 usually, and I got it for $1.79. So anyway, all right. They're on a need-to-know basis. Yeah. Yeah, it's like impossible to get a proper biography of any president who's still alive. But yeah, I just thought that one was interesting. It's like, oh shit, this is $1.79, I'll get it. But that's it. No more books. No more books. Let me introduce you if you like. The August Manager. Let's see here. Do you think he could arrange a deal for me as well? Why wouldn't he? I'm sure he can give you some investment options. So, what do you think of my little hideaway? Let's see here. Not bad at all. Let's see. Thanks. You know that you, Monica, and the kids are always welcome here. Anyway, let's get back to the party. I arranged for some caviar to be brought in from Lesbia. You're gonna love it. He opened the door to the music hall, and we rejoined the other guests. The music was louder now. Let's turn it up. And the mood decidedly more inebriated. Cocktail waitresses were carrying around plates of canopies, wearing dresses that left little to the imagination. Gesture at one of the waitresses to come over. Model who serves. She was in her mid-20s, wearing red lipstick, her blonde hair neatly tied into a ponytail. On her plate were toast points slathered in the lesbian caviar Peter had mentioned. I took a bite. It was rich, salty. It was rich, salty, tasting of pure seaside. I could almost hear the sound of waves and seagulls. Lesbian caviar, best in the world. I'm telling you, Anton, there are few pleasures in life that are this, As the waitress left us to serve another attendee, she flashed a quick smile at Peter over her shoulder. He smiled back a little too broadly. Sensual. His eyes were still fixed on her with an expression I remembered from our many nights out together as students. Oh, look, there's Gus. Why don't you go talk to him? I'll be back shortly. Where are you going? Just to the washroom. I'll be back before you know it. Mr. President, a toast to our new member, everyone. I heard this mansion is a result of your connections. That's right, I do have a wide network in real estate. Peter told me a couple weeks ago you might be interested in potential opportunities such as, well, this. He opened his arms, gesturing at our opulent surroundings. Let's take a walk. The balcony has an amazing view of Erlory. We left the room and made our way to the balcony. On the way, he took out 2 cigars and held one out for me. Take the cigar. I took the cigar and started smoking it. Mixed with a taste of whiskey, it was delicious. You're enjoying the soundtrack? Yeah, I think it adds to the mood. Like, actually, we're outside now, so I should turn it down a little bit. There we go, yeah, because we're outside now. We went out to the balcony. All of Erlery was at our feet. From this vantage point, I was able to see how expansive the building plot was. The swimming pool and the hedge maze were visible from here. Leaning over the railing, I admired the view for a moment before Gus spoke up. I know you're wondering about the deal. It's just nuts. Just that 8 personal wealth. Woo! We're in the money. I know you're wondering about the deal Peter made. In a nutshell, thanks to my network, he was able to procure this house for half the asking price, which would have been impossible under any circumstances. Oh god, I hope I don't have to, like, fuck my realtor or something to get a good deal on that house. Like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but hopefully not. Let's see here. Let's see here. Could bribe all the court justices. Yeah, we might actually send little fucking what's his name shithead son. We might actually send him to Harvard now. I would be delighted to discuss a similar arrangement with you. In fact, I have prepared a document with my own personal favorite opportunities. This is the least I could do since you've been generous to many business people in this country. You know, here's a story. I remember years ago I was looking for a different house to move into, and there was this one. It was like in a good location, nice size, but I would have been moving in with this couple. Now, he was kind of a dullard, and she was interesting, not in a way that I was attracted to her in any way, certainly not, but she was a little out there, a little manic pixie dream girl, I guess you could say. But I was talking with her about, like, okay, what's going to cost? What's the rent going to be? And she was pitching me the price. And I said, how the hell are you getting that deal? And she's going, oh, I have my ways. And I went, no, okay, are you fucking the person you're paying rent to? Because I hope that's what it is. I don't want it. Yeah, and I actually got serious. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I basically was like, look, if you're like running drugs out of here or some shit, like, I want to know. Like, if you're just fucking the guy, you know, that's one thing. And like, yeah, I think she ended up saying that she might have been sleeping with the landlord. But her boyfriend, I guess, knew, which that was, I guess, hey, I guess it's all consensual, but it was one of those things, like, that is weird that they're letting a guy in, because I think it's weird when couples let a third person in, unless, like, you know, there's exceptions, but, and I'm talking about, like, somebody who's not in a romantic relationship with the other two when they let them move in. It's like I feel awkward being in that sort of position where it's like, oh, man, I came into your love nest. I feel bad about that. You guys can't bang on the kitchen counters or something, because now I'm here. I might walk in. Anyway, completely distracted. This is the least I could do since you've been generous to many business people in the country. I'm glad my investment decisions are paying off. Cheers to investments paying off, then. He downed his whiskey. Let's talk about the details, then. Gus opened his briefcase and pulled out a thin dossier. He showed it to me. My first offer is, of course, real estate. There is a vineyard close to Peter's the Clown. We all float down here. Like, liking the thing and more for livelihood. Yeah, that's true. And, you know, it's always different. Like, I knew some people who they were an old couple. They were, you know, like, we're talking in their 60s, and a friend of his ended up moving in with them because, like, their kids had moved out. So they had space, and, like, it was like his best friend, and his friend was like, they were all retired. So it's just like, yeah, just move in, fuck it, we'll all hang out. But I think he still had a house in a different town. My first offer is, of course, real estate. There is a vineyard close to Erlery, about 1 hour drive from here. That also includes a very large villa, a beautiful plot, but rather neglected. So there would be a fair amount of renovation costs. On the bright side, you would be able to produce your own wine. The previous owner was Geralt of Ribery, a world-renowned vintner. Credited innovations. He produced wine under the label Dandelion. Highly sought for their floral tones and elegance, as well as lushness and concentration. There's also the option of a football partnership. I already own a large portion of Enrica FC, and I'm doing my best to make them champions. Buying in would be more expensive than the vineyard, but this season will bring a lot of returns, I'm quite positive. Give me the word and I will start the procurement process, but we must act quickly as these options might soon disappear off the market. So we could do the FC because I could afford it, but I think we're going to do the wine because I think that just fits better with my character. I enjoy the wine. I have, like, you know, a history of, you know, I think my what's his name? I don't think I have that achievement. Oh, actually, I do have that achievement. Oh, I don't have the FC achievement, I think. I'm checking that right now. Yeah, invest in FC Anrica. Geralt of Riva. I like that shit. He's a Geralt of Ribery. I think it's normal football because it's a football club. You know, I'm going to put this to a poll. I'll give you guys a couple minutes, so let's see. No, never mind. I can invest in the FC anytime. Yeah. The vineyard in Erlery. I've always wanted to have my own wine. It sounds peaceful and quiet. Yeah. It just fits with the roleplay best. Oh shit, stopping it. Okay, yeah, because I was supposed to hear that it said, like, apparently this song is even though it's not copyrighted, it got copyrighted anyway. Yeah, football americano. Saw two silhouettes, two people kissing. Hour later, Peter showed up to me. I told you to be back before you know it. It's been an hour. Where were you? I told you I was in the washroom. Why? Around the same time you were gone, I saw two people kissing in the hedge maze. Horny kitchen staff, eh? What do I even pay them for? Right, the kitchen staff. Speaking of which, you want a drink? Because I do. We drank and drank just like old times. I woke up the next day with a pounding headache and more than a few regrets. My memories of the evening were hazy, but there was one important detail that kept coming back to me. The red lipstick on Peter's collar, but maybe my memory was playing tricks on me. Okay, I think that's going to be it then for the day. We got a lot done today. We got the Arcasia package. We've invested in a winery. We vetoed a bill. We did the worker, or yeah, we did some education stuff. What's next? I don't even see where's the shit. Oh, we got the Benfey Festival next time. Let's keep working on, you know, fucking things up with the wife. Does her boyfriend watch her fuck the landlord? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's some folks out there. I once got propositioned to buy a married couple. He wanted to watch. That was I backed right out of that. I didn't care if they were consenting. I was not consenting. I just don't want to do this. I just had this idea of, it's like, what, you want me to show you how it's done, man? I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. and then now I'm a weird version of a hooker. Anyway, on that note, you all have yourselves a pleasant day. I will be back streaming later. I'm thinking maybe 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but give or take an hour. We'll see. Maybe even earlier, actually. Or I have no idea. Yeah, thank you very much for the red super chat, Mad Beast Yeti. I'm going right into the savings, everything, all things into savings. Going to Six Flags today. Enjoy that, Alec. And yeah, we'll do a pretty lengthy Pokemon stream later. We'll try to get as far as we possibly can so I can knock that off of my to-do list. Not that I'm not enjoying that, but I got my 6 team members. Let's start whooping some ass. Right. See you later.